so guys, after cooking our awesome lamb, we're back on the road. Now about 1 hour north of Goulburn lies the southern highlands town of Mittagong. It's a stunning food destination, heaps of pioneering history and great food adventures. Look at the natural beauty here guys. We're literally just out of Mittagong, on top of the big mountain range, which is part of the Great Dividing Range, just out here. You can just imagine when people were coming down from Sydney, how perilous and dangerous this would have been trying to get across these mountains so that they could sow their crops, raise their sheep and start their families on new farms. You can just see the amazing beauty. It is just a stunning little thing. So a beautiful place, a natural artistic landscape that we've got here. Stunning place to grow food. This is the Coke Tunnel. This is a tunnel that's pretty familiar around these areas. They used to mine coal down in the gorge down there. They used to bring it up, take it to the iron refineries up in Goulburn area. Obviously, we've been through Goulburn. It's a beautiful, big, more flatter area. A lot of sheep grazing areas. So you can imagine the hardships that these guys must have done as they're producing up there so they can get their food. Pretty stunning, isn't it? Tucked away just north of the township of Mittagong is the abandoned Tooth and Co malt works. Built in 1898 to malt barley for beer production in Sydney, it gave life to the area through its food until the 1970s, when it was eventually closed down due to progress. So the building, although now mostly ruined, is a true testament to the amazing connection of food and drink that this area has given to the people of New South Wales. In its decaying form, it has this unique beauty all of its own. I only hope that sometime in the future it can be reborn and continue to keep telling great food stories of the area. Only these walls could talk. I mean, what amazing food stories they could tell. Hidden beneath a mountain somewhere between Bowral and Mittagong lies an amazing 140-year-old railway tunnel filled with exotic Asian mushrooms. Now, food to eat, we're lucky enough to be granted a rare guided tour. How many types do you reckon you'd be growing here?
In this tunnel we grow about 6 different varieties. Mushrooms will only fruit. They don't need light to make, they don't have chlorophyll, they don't need light to make food, but they will only fruit where the light occurs. So the idea is that we put them in these black bags and we put a number of holes in it, and they're the only places that they fruit.
Do you have to respawn this straw every time?
These are very fast growing. They take from the time of spawning until the time you get the first mushrooms is 3 or 4 weeks. You can see how this has come as a big clump, and when you harvest them you just pick them up like that.
Wow.
As
now what type is that one?
This is the shimiji mushroom,
yeah.
Which is a Japanese mushroom.
What's this one here?
This one's the pearl oyster mushroom. It grows very nicely in here. It's a beautiful eating mushroom.
It's very decorative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many kilos do you think you produce here?
This tunnel produces about 1,500 kilos.
1,500 kilos.
Of exotic mushrooms a week. This one is the golden oyster mushroom. It's a Japanese variety.
Right.
They particularly like the colour of it. And when you mix them together, it's, you know, Asian people go for colour, taste, texture, flavour.
Right. So it's the colour and the taste first. What about these beautiful reddies?
And these pink ones are oyster mushroom. Again, they're from South America, this particular strain. They actually grow at about 30 degrees, but they grow all right in this tunnel.
Yeah. How big do they grow?
In here, they won't get much bigger than that.
So what variety have we got here now?
This is the shiitake mushroom.
Yeah.
Which traditionally grow in the forests on dead trees.
Yeah.
So what this is sterilised sawdust, eucalyptus sawdust, which we put into a plastic bag, sterilise it, and then put a pure culture of shiitake mushroom in there. It takes 3 months for this to grow all the way through, and then it converts this block into forms a bark on the outside, and then the mushrooms come up. There's research in Japan where they've found that this rumbling noise, you can probably hear it at the moment. That's a fan we have down there and drawing air through the place. Right. But a low rumbling noise encourages the mushrooms to fruit.
What are these variety over here now?
This one is the oyster mushroom again, pearl mushroom. This is an Italian variety. of oyster mushroom. Doesn't look good, but it's one of the nicest tasting mushrooms.
Is it really?
It stays firm when you
Right.
when you cook it. It maintains its shape, and it's got a very good structure and flavour.
Do you go to bed dreaming of mushrooms? That's a question.
No, I don't. That's why it's called the Miko mushroom. This is a Japanese system of growing in little plastic bottles.
Okay.
We fill these up with sawdust,
Yeah.
sterilise them at 120 centigrade, and then put the pure culture of this mushroom in. Black fungi in there, sometimes
black
called
fungi.
too.
Yeah.
Woody mushroom. It's a textured mushroom, but it's growing on eucalyptus sawdust.
Big thanks to Noel for showing us in here. It's a pretty special sort of privilege to come in here and have a look. You can see right down there. That's all these mushrooms down that funnel. That's where